Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. This is the 1174th day of continuous webinar conducted by International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. As you all know, that today we have a wonderful guest from our other side of the medicine, that is Dr. Venugopal Reddiar from USA. Let us begin the session with 1 minute silent prayer. Thank you all. International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy was formed during the time of COVID, when there was no place to meet and chat between doctors and from different parts of the world. And that's how the International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy formed. And it contained doctors, homeopathic lovers, as well as students from a different part of the world. And we have doctors all over the world, and particularly for about 35 countries joined in continuous annual sessions last time, and we have 67 countries participated in webinar sessions, and this is what is all about International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy. And today our guest is Dr. Venugopal S. Reddiar. Sir has completed MD, MRCP, UK, and ABIM, USA, physician and behavior scientist from USA. And he has done his MBBS and MD in general medicine from Trivandrum Medical College in 75 to 79. MRCP, a general medicine from UK in 1993, and ABIM, American Board of Internal Medicine in 1998, and was an assistant professor of medical college in service in Kerala till 1992, and primary care physician and behavioral scientist in USA since 1994. Doctor's primary profession is a physician for more than 45 years, and secondary physician as a trainer and public speaker for more than 35 years in USA and India. Audience from different walks of life is attending his sessions, and appeared on TV channels, Fox News, Doordarshan, Asianet, IPTV, and appeared in print media, Hindu, Indian Express, Malayalam Manorama, and Des Moines Register. Appeared on radio programs, NPR and AIR. And as you all know, today we are discussing about facts and myths about COVID vaccine. As you all know, that COVID vaccine was a subject which was disputed all over the world, and particularly in this, the International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy made a lot of discussion about it, and we are the people from Kerala, from India, who were really against this experimental vaccine. As you know, what was our observation during the time of pandemic is that this has done more damage than good. This is, and as you all know, that as per the number of vaccine increase, the number of patients increase, and the number of patients is directly increased in with the number of admission, and that is directly proportional to the number of deaths. That means the COVID vaccine has produced more damage than good. This is what the International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy said as an observation from this. And let us see what Dr. Venugopal S. Reddiar sir has to say. We are waiting for this proud moment to begin and to hear from you, sir. You are proudly welcome, sir.
I would like to make sure that my slide is visible.
Sir, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good.
Yes, everything good, sir.
Okay, now, friends, if you like this session, the whole credit goes to Dr. Sridhara Group. It was he who took the initiative to schedule this meeting. I am a modern medicine physician. I always practice evidence-based medicine. Not every physician practices evidence-based medicine, and I'm proud about that fact. Today, whatever I'm going to share with you, the information, that we just the information you need to know. I use the word you need to know, not you want to know. It is need-based. We don't have a lot of time. Within 45 minutes, I will share the essential information to give you a crystal clear understanding. During the presentation, are we recording?
Yes, sir.
Dr.
Yes, sir. We are recording, sir. Your slide is not
Okay.
visible now. Please once again share this screen now.
Am I not visible?
You are visible, sir, but your screen has disappeared.
Slide, I'll come to that one. I'll come to that one later.
Yes.
Now, dear friends, during this presentation, we will have interaction, but only through the chat box. I'll be posing questions which require an answer like yes or no, or agree or disagree. And if you yes or no, put Y or N. If it is agree or disagree, A or D. Please don't pose any questions during my presentation. After the presentation, during the discussion, that is when I'll be glad to entertain your questions. Am I clear? If I am clear, in the chat box, put Y. I just want to make sure that is, I have made myself clear. And keep your mic muted during my presentation. I don't see any response in the chat box. So do you want me to repeat what I said? Yes. Vajrakumari, yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
only,
Yes, sir. People are joining. That's why nobody is responding.
No, those who are already here. Those who are already here, I find some 32 people. So, my dear friends, unless you interact with me, this session will be a big failure. Guaranteed. No doubt about it. Please. Okay, first slide. COVID vaccine, facts and myths. Purpose of this talk, educate. I'll be educating you with information, facts, evidence. Enlighten. I'll be posing some questions that will be thought-provoking. I'll make you think. Only when you think, you'll be able to understand. There's a big difference between knowing and understanding. Knowing is not enough. I would like everyone to understand what I am talking about. Once you have understood, then that becomes knowledge. If you don't understand, it is only information. So once you have the knowledge, that will give you the power. So that is the purpose of this talk. Jawaharlal Nehru's words, facts are facts and will not disappear on account of your likes. Thinking is hard work, which is why you don't see many people doing it. I'm going to convince you. This is a quote from a writer. Many people, they don't think. That is what happened during this COVID pandemic. Real life examples will definitely convince you. In conditions of uncertainty, humans, like animals, herd together for protection. Think for yourself. Get rid of herd mentality. Here, all this herd, they follow blindly another sheep which is leading them. That sheep may be misleading them. It may be misleading them, but they all follow. That is the herd mentality. Is this clear? If it is clear, my dear friends, in the chat box, put Y. I want to know whether you are following me or not. Again, Dr. Vajrakumari. Why? I don't see anybody else, including this Dr. Danesh, giving any response. Okay, Henry Job. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Chandrika Morgan. I'm not asking you to bring moon. It is very simple. Dare to think for yourself. Fact. What is a fact? A thing that has actually happened or that is really true. Simple definition. Get the facts. Before you make any decision, before you form an opinion, step number one is get the facts. That is what many people they don't do, including doctors in my specialty, that is modern medicine. Majority of them, they don't bother to get the facts. They also have that herd mentality. Do you know who this gentleman is? Fauci, Anthony Fauci. If you don't know, please put N. Then I will explain who this gentleman is. I don't want to assume that everybody knows this. Okay, one N. Henry Job, N. Good. Thank you for your kind information. Dr. Fauci, he was a former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. He held that post for more than 35 years. And he was the chief medical advisor for 7 presidents of America. And it was this gentleman who misled the entire world. He misled the entire world. So you must know this name, Fauci. I'll give you real facts. And this is what is said in Shelley. Fauci predicts US could see signs of herd immunity by late March or early April. If you don't know what this herd immunity is, chat box put N. I'll explain. I don't want to assume you know, because you are in a different system of medicine. You are following homeopathy. So if you don't know, no. Okay, good. According to this one, herd immunity is if you vaccinate a particular number of this one population, percentage-wise, suppose 70% of the population, if they take a particular vaccine, then even if the 30% they don't take the vaccine, they will get that immunity. That is what in polio and many other diseases. So he predicted that if 70% of the population, initially he said 70%, they take the 2 doses of that COVID vaccine, herd immunity. Others don't have to take. Now, is it clear? This is what he predicted. The expert, and what happened subsequently. The very same guy, now, 1 year later, he says, herd immunity is unattainable. So now he is flip-flop, not consistent. Okay, it's not one incident. I'm going to share more. This gentleman, he actually, through his misinformation, he, what you call, he deceived the world. Fauci on wearing 2 masks. First he said, wear 1 mask. Then subsequently he said that you must wear 2 masks. N95 mask, on top of that one, another mask. The first mask, second mask. And he was the person who was strongly advocating vaccine, vaccine, booster, vaccine, booster, booster, booster. And he took 4 shots. And he rarely used to go out of his home. He wouldn't participate in any, even White House dinner also, he didn't go and participate. Wearing mask. He caught COVID last year, June. So 4 doses of vaccine, double masking. Did it help? Did it protect him? No. But he continues to. Again recommend continue booster dose. Now they are coming with the new vaccine again. Bivalent, disvalent, new strains. So this is something. I have shared only facts. These are all verifiable. The Pfizer CEO, that guy, he got a positive for second time. Did he know this information, what I am sharing? If you didn't know before, say no. I want to know whether I'm sharing something new information for the audience. If you haven't heard about this one, if you are not aware, please, my dear friends, put alphabet N. I hope that you don't have any paralysis of your hands. Your hands are not paralyzed. Okay, Annie John is responding N. Okay, Danesh, he knew, yes. What about others? Come on, fast time. I need to. If I don't get at least a few responses, then I will stop my presentation here. Because I want this an interactive session. So do you want me to stop? I have no problem in stopping this presentation. I want you to respond. I give you 30 seconds. If I don't, I'm going to stop. Okay, now more number of people. Thank you. Because I mean it. If I say something, I mean it. I don't make idle this one. Okay, thank you. Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, he received 3 doses of vaccine and he got COVID twice. These are all facts. And this is a fact. Country, fully vaccinated who took 2 doses. Population and COVID deaths. USA, there are plenty of countries. I told you, you need to know information. 68% fully vaccinated. Population is 339.9. That is almost 340 million. In Indian, this one is 34 crore. And the death, 1.18 million. That means that 11 lakhs. Nigeria, population is almost 2/3. That is 223.8 million. Vaccination was fully vaccinated, only 33%. And the death was 3,155.31%. My dear friends, were you aware of this fact? If you are not aware, in the chat box put N, because I want to make sure whatever I am sharing is something new information. If you already knew, then I don't have to waste your time and energy by telling something which I already know. Chat box, let me see. If you didn't know, put N. N. Thank you for responding. Dija, she knew. Okay. Ajuromari, no. I have spent a lot of time doing the homework to make sure that whatever I'm sharing is something new and useful information, and it is insightful. A myth Definition is an unfounded or false notion or belief. Means the claims about COVID vaccination made by who? Anthony Fauci, CDC, FDA, WHO. What are those claims? It is safe. But now there is more and more evidence coming out. It is not safe. It can cause heart attack, and especially young people, then blood clot, and a host of other problems. So it is not 100% safe. So that claim is a myth. It will give herd immunity. That also what Fauci said. No, there's no herd immunity with this vaccine. It will prevent the spread of COVID. Did it prevent? No. Many people who had the vaccination, 2 or 3 doses, especially you guys, you know, some of you might have taken the vaccination, and some of you know that is your own friends. Even after taking the vaccination, they contracted COVID. Am I right? If I am right, say yes. So in spite of taking COVID booster shot and everything, people got COVID. Yes or no? Yes. Sadhana, yes. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Rajeshwari. Yes. So it didn't prevent. So that was also a false claim. It protects who? They initially said that, okay, even if you get that COVID after the vaccination, it will be very mild, you won't die, you won't be hospitalized. That was a false information. Last year in America itself, thousands and thousands of people who had taken 3 or 4 doses, they caught COVID and they died. This is the Surgeon General in Florida. New COVID vaccine anti-human. Major safety concern. Mary Janet, please lower your hand. You can ask questions during discussion. I will entertain questions during discussion. Please lower your hand. The risks are very real, which adds to the madness of the way that the CDC and FDA are making decisions right now. And this doctor, he graduated from Harvard University. And he's a professor. Now let us look at the virus facts. HIV, that is AIDS. It has been there for more than 40 years. Is there a vaccine for HIV? 40 years. No vaccine. Why? HIV virus mutates. It keeps on mutating. It mutates. So it is hard to. So that is one fact. What about flu virus? That also keeps on mutating. It is a cousin of this COVID. And in USA, every year they give flu shot during the winter season. Now it is winter season. I get frequently emails, notification, a vaccine is available, free, go there, no, walk in. My dear friends, I didn't take even a single shot of COVID vaccine. I'm not a person who is against all vaccines. That also I want to make it clear. I'm not against all vaccines. Right from the beginning, the reason why I didn't take flu shot, COVID shot, I didn't use that herd mentality. I know how to think with the facts and evidence. If a virus keeps on mutating, the vaccine is not going to protect. That's why I never took flu shot and this COVID shot also. Now, USA is the country in the world which is the highest number of deaths. No other country was scared. And here the government was offering $100 if you go and take the vaccination. $100. Actually, it is something like a bribing. Did I go and take the vaccination in spite of that $100 offer? No. Because I knew this vaccine is not going to be useful. But my friends, some of these people, my friends, initially they said, you are stupid. You are taking unnecessary risk. Take the vaccination. My friends mean even medical doctors. You are arrogant. I said, no. It is not going to help you. And now, after 2 years later, those who took some 2 or 3 shots and when they caught the COVID again, now they say, yeah, you are right. Hey, you are right. Okay, yeah. We thought that you are stupid. No. We were stupid to take the vaccination. And now some of them are worried about the side effects of the vaccine. Corona, again, mutates. Smallpox, it didn't mutate that much. That is why we were able to eradicate smallpox. Polio also doesn't mutate that fast. That is why in India, not even one case. Some 40 years back when I was doing the house surgery, when I was a house surgeon, almost, that is in one particular hospital itself, every week we used to get, that is a 5 to 10 children getting admitted with polio. In one hospital in Trivandrum, entire India, thousands and thousands of, now not even one. So that is where I tell people, you must take polio vaccine. So I'm not a pakka anti-vaccine guy. Facts about flu, each year in the United States, in spite of the vaccine, fact that they are aggressively vaccinating, flu kills more than 36,000 people and hospitalizes 200,000 more. Each year, up to 1 in 5 Americans are laid low by the flu. Is this fact not interesting? So what is this flu vaccine doing? And now in India, they have aggressively started marketing. The people are gullible. Children, they are going and getting the flu shot. Am I right? If I am right, please, yes. Am I right? That is, they are aggressively marketing flu shot in India. Am I right? Yes. That's what they are doing. Money. Do you know how much they made Pfizer last year? In the $100 billion from vaccine, and they came up with an antiviral drug, Paxlovid. $100 billion. That Paxlovid also? No. Definition of these words: misinformation and disinformation, brainwash, phobia. Misinformation, incorrect or misleading information. Disinformation, a form of propaganda involving spread of false information with the deliberate intent to cheat, deceive, or mislead. Is this clear? If it is clear, in the chat box, then I want you to understand these two terms: misinformation, disinformation. Is this clear now? Chat box put why. Yes, Danesh, why? Rija, yes. These are the terms we don't learn in the medical school, either homeopathy or modern medicine. We don't know. I've been a public speaker, I've been a trainer, and I usually give talks on behavioral science related topics. I read a lot. Yes, I read a lot. I do a lot of reading and research. So I'm aware of all these terms. Brainwash. To make someone believe something by using methods that make a person unable to think rationally. It is a manipulation of mind. Yeah, who is saying the vaccine will protect you? Dr. Fauci, he's an authority. He, director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, White House. People will blindly believe. Very easy to brainwash. It is very easy to brainwash. Is this clear? If it is clear, put why. What happened? Then only you'll be able to understand why this happened. How did they succeed? And the pharma, who is Pfizer? Okay. And so Pfizer, Fauci, CDC, FDA, WHO, enough. Completely brainwashed. Completely brainwashed. Phobia is an inexplicable, irrational, and lasting fear of a certain object, animal, situation, or activity. Lasted 2 years, for nearly 2 years, in India, in the world also, especially in India, millions of people suffered from COVID phobia. I know one real example, one of my relatives, he has not come out of his house since 2020. 3 years, he is afraid of COVID. His son was around 50 years old. He died of heart attack. He was in another city, which was some 4 hours away. He didn't go for the funeral. Phobia. His granddaughter got married. That marriage took place just hardly some 5 kilometers from his home. He didn't attend. And a couple in Alleppey, that is in Kerala, Dr. Danesh is in Kerala. Always inside the home also, they were wearing the mask. COVID phobia. Have you come across people with COVID phobia? Then put why. I want to know whether you also came across people with the severe COVID phobia. Dr. Rajeshwari, yes. Only Dr. Rajeshwari, nobody else. I'm surprised. Okay, Dr. Abraham Matthew, Hatishilan. Okay. How is phobia different from fear? Fear is normal reaction to a threat or danger, while a phobia leads to an abnormal fear response in the absence of real danger or threat. COVID phobia, psychologically, it can lead to feelings of chronic fear, insecurity, anxiety, and worry. Impact of COVID phobia on physical well-being. Plenty of people, they stop going for a walk. No exercise. Weight gain. And they couldn't get good food. It created a lot of damage to the physical health. Mental well-being, anxiety, fear, worry. Emotional well-being, sadness, anger. They are not able to go out. They are in house arrest. They are not able to meet their friends, elderly people. They are feeling lonely. The impact of COVID. Financial well-being. Okay, many businesses, especially the travel, tourism, hotel, they suffered a lot. My dear friends, did you know that there is one country where they didn't put any lockdown? They didn't shut down the schools. They even let the hotels, everything open. Do you know which country that country was? If you don't know, put Y, then I will tell you the name of that country. If you don't know, one country, they didn't follow this herd mentality. If you don't know, put N. My dear friends, listen to me carefully. If you don't know, N, yes, Dr. Rajeshwari, N. So does it mean that, okay, Dr. Vajramari, okay, why are you ashamed? Why are you ashamed to admit ignorance? If I am ignorant about something, I will say, I don't know. But the ego comes in the way. Oh, what will the others think? Oh, I am a person. If I say, I don't know, I don't know. No. Admitting ignorance, not a shame. Ignorance is not a sin. That country is Sweden. In Sweden, they had another ID expert, just like this Fauci. He was very sensible. No lockdown. Schools were not shut down. Restaurants were not shut down. And after 2 years later, when they looked at the data, the number of deaths and the neighboring states in Europe, like countries like Germany and other things, Sweden, it was not worse. It was not worse. He proved economy didn't go down because of that. Whereas in many other countries, economy took a nosedive. Okay, now I almost come to the end of my presentation, and then subsequently I'm open to questions and discussion. Upcoming talks. My dear friends, I give webinars every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. IST. I must have given more than 100 talks. Most of them are on behavior related, and some are specifically on the medical, like the COVID or junk food, like that. This Thursday, next Thursday, how to manage enemies. After that, how to cure disease phobia. So, before I conclude, I have shared facts, solid facts that would substantiate my claim that this COVID vaccine, all the claims about the COVID vaccine were wrong and are wrong. USA population 340 million. Nigeria 230 million. The living standard is very low in Nigeria. Education, literacy, everything low. USA, everything high. Vaccination rate, almost 70%. What about the number of deaths? What about Nigeria, the number? So think. That itself is enough to prove this vaccine is not. Natural immunity. And in India also, luckily, we didn't use the mRNA vaccine. Pfizer, Moderna vaccines were mRNA vaccine, lot of side effects. And still we need to know the long-term side effects, what are they going to be. In India, Covishield and Covaxin. Covaxin, better than Covishield. Natural immunity, food habits, Nigeria, most of them, they don't go and eat fast food. People who eat fast food, in America, fast food culture. In India, it is growing. If you eat home-cooked food, your immunity will be strong. I don't go and eat out. I cook my own food. I don't drink Pepsi. I don't drink Coke. they will all have negative impact on our immunity. Soda. So these are all the take-home messages. Drink plenty of adequate water, lime juice, fresh lime juice, or buttermilk. Eat fruits, banana, apple, or seasonal fruits, gooseberry. In the evening, every day, I don't eat cooked food. I eat one time of the day uncooked food. In the evening, I eat 2 or 3 different kinds of fruits, either banana, apple, or orange, or grapes, or avocado. Then nuts and seeds. Yeah. Peanut, cashew nut, walnut, seeds, pumpkin seeds, the sunflower seeds. My health is pretty good. I'm 71 years old. So this is the take-home message. Vaccination, I repeat, I strongly recommend polio, triple, tetanus, all those. I won't encourage flu shot, COVID shot. This is based on using my thinking skill, using the facts and the evidence. And I proved I am right. Not taking a single dose and no problem. Another fact also many people they forget, that is nearly 80% of the people, if they catch COVID infection, they will be asymptomatic. They won't have any symptoms. I also might have contracted COVID. 80% asymptomatic. The remaining 20%, even if they catch, even if they didn't have any vaccine or anything, out of that one, some 15% mild symptoms, sore throat, maybe cough and all those things. Then another remaining 5%, they may have severe symptoms, they may need hospitalization. Of that, only 1% or something will die. And the variant also, the first variant, alpha, delta, they were strong. First one affected the lungs. That is why people have breathing difficulty, oxygen saturation came down. So these are all things. Now again, in the future also, a strain may come. A different strain may give you more different symptoms. So the vaccine protection, that is misinformation, disinformation. So thank you all for your active participation. And one more slide I have to show about the upcoming talk. If you are interested, that is Zoom ID, same ID every week. There's a passcode, same. Thursday, 8 to 9 p.m. You are all welcome. So if you enjoyed this talk, if you really enjoyed this session, you must thank Dr. Sridhara Group. If you didn't, blame me. No problem. I'm willing to take the responsibility. Okay. Now,
Yes.
questions, when you ask questions, make sure that it is something that is connected with what I shared with you. I have shared the essential information. So I won't be able to give answers to questions which are not relevant or you need to know. Only need to know, yes. Go ahead, and the forum is open.
Yes, sir.
I welcome you.
Yes, sir. It's really a wonderful session from you. But of course, all those things were being discussed in this forum in the last 2 years since the inception of COVID. And we were the first person from India who were against this vaccination, and we never took vaccination. Most of the members in this forum never took vaccination, and we practiced with the patients, even without some of our doctors, we practice even without a mask, and we never try to wash our hands with the so-called washing soap supplied by the so and so people. But instead, we told them that it's a viral disease and it won't spread just like by handling them. But we have to prove the world that it is a different. It is not. There is no difference between a viral disease and this so-called this COVID disease. So there is no need of this vaccination. As you know, there is a statistics in front of us there, because from the first time when there was COVID was in full swing, people from Kerala, from India used to give our arsenic amalgam 30 as a preventive in those times, and it really works. We have the evidences with us. But thereafter, once the COVID vaccination came out into the picture, what happened was people just like went behind this, and most of them people after taking this vaccination got COVID, and that was the first wave of COVID. And then the second vaccination came, and then arises the second wave of COVID. And that itself indicates that the vaccines were producing this disease rather than the disease itself. And even during the COVID time, I have conducted my two daughters' marriage, even without vaccination. And there were more than 1,000 people attended in the function in my home. Nobody get COVID in that time. So this is what I would like to share with you. Most of the doctors, we are the only person from Kerala or from India were against this COVID, and we were not frightened. Some of us were even rejected by the Facebook people for sending such messages and videos about this kind of thoughts that arise in our mind. As you rightly pointed out, the phobias. The biggest phobia was done by the Ministry of communication. Always, whenever you open the mobile, you can hear that the COVID vaccine is must, and it is a protective vaccine, it is an effective vaccine, so everyone should take, like that. So that kind of phobia was produced during the time by those people. And anyway, congratulations are for your thoughts. That was just like we people, the homeopathic doctors fraternity from this international forum was thinking. And anyway, congratulations once again, and we can go ahead with our discussion. I invite Dr. Sridhar to begin, sir, who was instrumental.
Before that,
Yes,
when each one makes a comment, I would like to respond.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Dinesh, I'm sorry, I cannot agree with some of your comments.
Of course.
I cannot agree with some of your comments. We don't have the time.
Okay.
So I don't want to engage in a debate. So if I don't say anything, then others may think that is okay. I totally agree with you. I'm sorry. Okay, I don't agree with some of the comments. Okay, Sridhar Kurup, sir. Okay, Sridhar Kumar, sir.
Yes, I am so glad and proud about your talking session, because I only invited to you and convinced you that to be come to here. So I am very proud about your talk, that it is crystal clear that day and night, like that of black and white, it was very clear what you want to say, convince to the audience that it is very clear. So I thank from my heart that you came and you gave a good lecture. So thank you very much. My thanks and regards to you with highest regards. Thank you very much. And I also to thanks all the listeners of the 61 people were there, first beginning only to 20 or 25. Now it came to 61. I congratulate to our forum that IFPH gave me, and they believed me, and they gave to the chances for you. And I congratulate them also. Thank you, one and all. There are so many people started raising the hand. Let them to speak with you, and you may give proper answer. Thank you very much. A big salute for.
Okay, since Dr. Kurup, he didn't raise any objection or any questions, I have nothing to add to that one. Dr. Sridhar Kurup, only one thing I wanted to tell you, and he is a man, even at the age of 71. He is a Talib. Have you heard the word Taliban? Taliban is a plural for the word Talib. Taliban is students. He is an eternal student. He is very active. He is a learner. Every day, he invests his time in learning something new by attending 3 or 4 webinars. Okay, now, Dr. De Silva.
Thank you, Doctor. Very nice presentation, and you engage us most beautiful way. So I want to ask you, there are so many complications after the COVID vaccine and COVID. So what we can do in future, because each and every day, so many patients are coming with new symptoms, but I don't think that it may be an end. So what is your proposal for the world for the next time? What to do?
Okay, I know one thing. I won't be able to change the world. I won't be able to do a lot of things. All I can do is I won't take the vaccine. And I won't, if somebody consults me, should I take the vaccine? I tell them no. As I told you, vaccines, flu shot, and this one. And they have introduced one Paxlovid, that also is not. This COVID vaccine, it is known. There's no way. Who will get? They will say, yeah, low incidence, rare. If that happens to you, it is not rare. Suppose you get, Dr. De Silva, if you get the heart attack after taking a vaccine, yeah, we gave it to 100,000 people, only 1%. That 1%, it matters. So like that, the side effects again, clots, stroke, and in Kerala, because I've been in contact with my own friends, doctor friends. I have plenty of some 20 to 30 doctors, my medical friends in Kerala. And one senior friend, after taking the 3rd dose, he developed Bell's palsy. That is a paralysis of the nerve in the face. He developed. And he had to take treatment, support, everything for 1 month. Luckily, almost 99% recovered. So he told me, out of curiosity, he asked some of his patients and relatives whether anybody had experienced that sort of a Bell's palsy. And he came to know, yes. All these things, they don't go reported. Dr. De Silva, not everything gets documented. And another doctor again, in Trivandrum, Kerala, after taking the 3rd dose, within 4 or 5 days, got COVID with the severe symptoms. Another doctor, he developed paralysis from waist down. He was in the hospital for 1 month. I think they don't get reported. And the lobby, vaccine lobby, they have a lot of money. They can manipulate, control media. If at all somebody reports, that may come small, just like an obituary note. Obituary note, anything negative about the COVID vaccine, it won't reach. You get my point?
Yeah.
That is what is happening. Suppression of information. And you know, always the media people, our minister, one V.N. Singh, I think, he called them, they are prostitutes. The media people are prostitutes. They will do anything for money, just like a prostitute. So they are very good at suppressing the facts and the truth. All this data, I did a lot of reading research. I collected the data from the Worldometer about the incidence of that one, population, everything. So when I present this one, it is very obvious. Do you agree, Dr. De Silva? Do you agree?
Yes,
When I present everything,
yeah.
everything. How often do you come across somebody giving that data in an easily understandable way? No. I've been a teacher. I started my career as a teacher in the medical college in Trivandrum. Teaching is my passion. I know how to make things very easy to understand. I use it. That is how it is. So tell your friends, family, anybody else, they have questions about the vaccine,
Yes, sir.
tell them
Some,
this vaccine is not going to, because mutates. That is it. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Hariharan, sir is about to talk to you, sir.
Okay, Dr. Hariharan.
Okay, sir. I am fully agreeing with you. Thank you very much for your lecturing. But see, I have also evidence with me that after second shot, a lady has been completely paralyzed and admitted in Alleppey Medical College. Still, the treatment is going on. I know. See, one of my doubt is that you said in COVID vaccine, COVID virus is mutating every time. Flu virus is mutating every time. So, but you are not against polio vaccine and see the whooping cough vaccine and another such vaccines you are not against. Why it is so? That is my question.
Dr. Hariharan, maybe your mind was wandering somewhere else, or you are not listening to me. Those viruses, they don't mutate like these viruses. So when they mutate, it's something like, suppose you have a lock. Hariharan ji, you have put a lock in your house. And if I have a key to that lock, I can easily open and I can enter. I have that key, but you have changed the lock. Then if I come and try to open that one with this key, I won't be able to open. So that is why when the virus mutates, when you come with a new vaccine, this virus is something with a different lock. This vaccine is not going to help you. So anything that mutates, and that also slow mutation is something, rapid mutation. HIV virus, it mutates very rapidly. Inside, once it enters, it keeps on mutating. That's why they are not able to come with a vaccine. Flu also mutates very fast. And every year in USA, data from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the top 10 leading causes of death. Number one, heart diseases. Second, I think cancer and all those things. Flu and flu-related illnesses, number 8. So what is happening? In spite of the fact, every year they give the vaccine. That is why I am not against polio eradicated, virtually eradicated in India. Not even one case was reported. Whereas it is still reported in Pakistan, Afghanistan, where there is vaccine hesitancy. And tetanus. When I was doing the house RNC, from your look, I think that you are also around 70 years old. So when I was doing house RNC, almost there was a tetanus patient room, dark room. Every week there will be 1 or 2 patients. Now, no. Pregnancy, newborn babies, there's a neonatal. No. How can you say, blindly oppose the vaccine is useless? No. That is bias. The word bias, that is what it is. So, I am not totally against vaccines, period.
And now
These 2 vaccines are failed. I have provided ample evidence. Whether you believe, you don't believe, I have no control over what you believe, whether you will accept what I want to say. I have no control and I don't care.
Now I invite Dr. Shaji Kudian, the Vice President of International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy, to say a few words to Dr. Venugopal Reddiar, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh, and it is nice meeting and talking to you and listening to you, Dr. Venugopal Reddiar. And you said exactly what we were promoting. This organization was formed at the time of pandemic to bring out the truth about the pandemic and its possibilities through homeopathic system of medicine. And we were succeeding in our more than 1,172nd, as I understand. So we have one of the organizations in the world done hugely in promoting this truth to the entire world in whatever way possible for us. And we are very happy to listen to you, what you said today. It is very pleasing to our ears, and seeing you was very pleasing to our eyes too. And then one question I wish to ask you is, when we observe the history of viral infections, we can see there are many viruses. These people who control the world, in my opinion, are introducing a last decades, maybe last 20 years. We are seeing so many kind of viruses coming: bird flu, SARS, MERS, so many viruses they brought. None of them came back in the second year without any vaccination. So it is self-limiting and self-eradicating when we look into history. So these kind of panic these people are bringing is pure nonsense. It is time for collectively genuine people to get together, irrespective of whatever system of medicine you taught or whether you are a doctor or not. But it is time to save humanity from the wickedness and crookedness of few people who controlled and damaged humanity in a very heavy manner. It is time for us to all come together and get united internationally, so that our collective force can do something to save humanity. This is a comment I made regarding the previous year's observation. So I wish to know your opinion about it.
Okay, for that one, medicine, especially virus and everything, what we know is only a tiny piece. Ignorance is vast. So many things we don't know. Why this one has come back next year? To be frank, we don't know. We simply don't know. So that being so, if I try to give an answer, explain the reason, that means I'm arrogant. I'm stupid. Only if I'm arrogant and stupid, then I will try to give an explanation. There are many things which are unknown, unknowable. Take a look at the world. How did the world come into existence? Who created? When was it created? Big Bang theory is there. Lord, God is there. Three gods. Then humanity, everything. 7th day, according to Bible. 7th day. Is there any proof or evidence? Will you or I be able to ever know the actual, this one? Never. Unknown, unknowable, the same thing applicable to the viruses also. What we know, certain things, even this COVID virus, this one, the Wuhan, then they said, oh, it was created in a lab. Is there any convincing evidence? No. So that is the answer to your question, sir. That is a good question, thought-provoking, but you won't get an answer to many questions. Why do the men have nipple? You have a nipple, right, Shajiji?
Yes, sir.
Ladies, they have nipple and breast. We can understand. Why do you have a nipple? Why did God created nipple? Answer? No. That is it. I think that Dr. Manoj liked this answer. He is smiling. Dr. D'Souza also smiling. So I'm a person, my favorite hobby is thinking. I think a lot. So these are all not just like that. I asked this question to myself several times. Why the men have the nipples? I couldn't find that answer. Okay.
For the aesthetic sense.
Aesthetic. Who is the aesthetic? I said, okay. We try to some other invent an answer. It is an invented answer. Maybe aesthetic and all those things.
So,
Okay, if there are no further questions and comments, I thank you all for the
Sir.
active participation. And
Sir.
to be frank, if you didn't answer that one, I would have stopped and I would have left. Because I'm a person, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. Dr. Sridhar Group knows. I'm not afraid of being firm. That is what it is.
sir,
Okay,
sir,
thank you.
sir, please wait. We have to complete our formalities here. I invite Dr. Bob Lim to say a vote of thanks to this session. Bob Lim is from Malaysia. Dr. Bob Lim?
Give 1 second. Give 1 second to me, and I wish to remind Dr. Venugopal Reddiar to keep in touch with us. We need your support. I understand you are talking to us from United States. We are trying to gather and unite those who wish to help humanity globally. We need your support. We need to form a unity, and your support and joining us force to prevent and protect human interests in future also. So please keep in touch with us and be one with us. Thank you.
Dr. Shajiji, I request you to join my webinars. I give it on every Thursday. Don't give an excuse, busy. Don't give an excuse every Thursday. 2 days back, I gave a talk on how to get peace of mind. I uploaded that video, peace of mind. And I already received a lot of positive feedback from people who watched that video and people who attended my seminar. And I'm again going to give different talks on emotional buttons next month. Then after that, how to break mental prisons. Like that, talks. Only thing is, if you are interested, I'll be glad to share my thoughts. I have no problem.
Okay.
I'm doing this as a charity work. I'm not doing this for making any money. I'm donating my time, energy, knowledge for the welfare of the public. That is it. Thank you.
Now I invite Dr. Manoj to say vote of thanks, sir. Since we have the same session, English session every day at 8 to 9, that's the reason why most of us may not be able to attend the session. That is the reason. Because we have to be here to control the session and everything. Anyway, congratulations and thank you for your session. I invite Dr. Manoj to say vote of thanks to the session.
It's very interesting and nice session, because as Dr. Shaji Varghese rightly said, it is for humanity, not for business persons. And also the thinking physicians are rare species nowadays. That is why our master Hanuman commented 200 years back, thinking the most difficult task under the sun. So what is needed is we have to change the ossified brain circuits in the new brain, and we must refine ourselves and try to improve others. A nice presentation on behalf of IFPH. I am expressing sincere thanks to Dr. Venugopal Reddiar and all those who are participating in the program. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Danish, you said that every day, 8 to 9 you are having, that's why you are not able to. I accept that one, but you won't have any excuse in not watching my YouTube, that one. That you can do on your own free time. So
Yes,
no excuse for that one. If you watch that one, send me WhatsApp, your feedback. It should be specific. I don't want a thumbs up sign. Many people without watching a YouTube recording, they put a thumbs up sign. When I contact them, hey, what did you like about that one? No, I didn't get the time to watch. I know you always give very good talk. That's why thumbs up sign. That is bullshit. I don't want that kind of a flattery. Okay? Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Good night.
Good night. With that, we come to the end of the day 1174, and tomorrow we will have a session from Dr. Subranil from UP, and he will be presenting the research aspect of homeopathy.